What's going on, Chelsea fans? We're back. Another live stream. Chelsea versus Manchester United. Used to be a big one. And hasn't been a big one for a while, but, nonetheless, got to respect the fixture. I think that's fair. But, yeah, we are here taking on Manchester United, Premier League action. And we have the late kickoff today, which is a bit new. I'm looking at potentially chat not working. Anyways, let me know if you guys can post in the chat. Let me know. It says unable to connect. I would love to know if it works or not. But anyways, we're going to be previewing the Manchester United match here against Chelsea. A lot going on in this one. Obviously, is the build-up to the late kickoff. A lot of matches that are already come and go before us. The big one being Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest, which I honestly thought they were going to turn it around. I really did. So it is good to see that they have slipped Stevie G out as Villa. Oops. Not my problem. Not my manager, not my problem. That's what I have to say about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We've got some results already this weekend. Again, Nottingham Forest beating Liverpool 1-0. That's the first one. Fulham, Villa, Leicester, Leeds last week was pretty surprising to see that. But finally, Villa sacking Stevie G before they even left. He had to ride the bus home. Can you believe that? He had to ride the bus home after knowing that he was sacked. That is savage treatment. Otherwise, you got Everton up against Palace in the 58th minute. Man City 2-1 against Brighton there in the 60th minute. So those are the matches going on preceding hours today. We'll hopefully see some more some more favorable results go our way. Because if we look at the table here, Manchester City, we don't really want them to drop points. We want them to continue to put the assault on Arsenal so that they can crumble a little bit. Obviously, Tottenham just had to play United midweek, which United won 2-0. So it prevents them from getting points. But United are on our tails here. So we need 3 points here. Big one here, as you can see. They're on 19 points. We are on 20 points. We really don't want to draw. We really just want all 3 points. And we absolutely cannot lose by any means. Absolutely not. Cannot lose. No, by no means whatsoever. Again, I see some people in here. I don't see any chats on my end. It says that the chat is disabled. I'm so sorry if that's the truth. But if it's not and you guys can post, please post so I can see if you guys are available. So anyways, Manchester United, Chelsea, it's kind of interesting when you go through the Premier League and kind of go through their latest news and things like that, and kind of what they have trending. There's been a lot of Pulisic content coming out today, which was the same for Broya ahead of that one. So I wonder if they're leaking some Pulisic stuff to just kind of get everyone excited and preview it. I think there's been a lot of people that feel like he's done enough to start. But I'm going to keep refreshing this to make sure I do not miss the lineups being announced, because they should be coming out any second here. Players in the building, love to see it. Training yesterday. Ready for match day. Anyways, I will continue to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, on United, the big news, no Ronaldo, but I don't honestly think that that's very big news for us, right? I mean, he doesn't really play much anyways. So the fact that they have Casemiro and Rashford out in front, I apologize. That was terrible wording. Casemiro starting to really find his form. Rashford back in just shows you new manager, new players in that sense, because we've seen players like Kepa on our squad. New manager finds new form. So we'll have to see if that gives them any kind of a bounce. Otherwise, Chelsea showing support for the Rainbow Laces. It's just about inclusion. It's a really, really good video. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. And then obviously Potter had a little pre-match quote out here, just essentially talking about the fact that he likes to rotate. He doesn't think that the formation rotating needs to change anything. It's the way that they actually play once they're on the pitch. I thought that was a little insight, which was nice. And then the other thing that they had was the Christian Pulisic quote. And I find this interesting when you get a little bit of insight into the managers and the players and how they play. And it was like a very small quote, but it seems interesting. Let me see where it is here. Yada, yada, yeah, stick together, win, fight together. All right, here's the quote. He says, the number one thing we're in training, they're playing in bigger spaces now, which is a bit more like the game. That means some longer runs, and the number one thing I'd say I've noticed. So what he's saying is that Tuchel was doing a lot of small space stuff, a little small-sided. Potter's really opened up the field in training, and they are covering a lot more ground and a lot more space that he feels is much more game realistic rather than kind of breaking down zones and quadrants on the field. So very interesting to hear, again, a little bit of insight from what maybe is the big reason that we're starting to see some significant improvement under him. If nothing else, it's just a difference between Tuchel and Potter as well. So jumping out here, I had my lineup prediction from the YouTube video on Friday. So in case you guys didn't see it, this is what I went with. I used Footbin here. Just wanted to get involved and see what I could do for a lineup prediction. I almost nailed Brentford. I didn't have the right formation, and then they had what? Conor Gallagher was in instead of Pulisic. That's the only thing I missed. So we'll see how close I get this time, right? But I don't think I'm that far off, right? The reason I went with a back three, and this is probably exactly why I'm going to make a mistake. Shout out to FB Ref. If you don't know, what are you doing? So I looked at some of the results, right? So since we had Potter for what? Salzburg, 3 at the back. Crystal Palace, we were 4 at the back. Milan 3, Wolves 4, Milan, Villa, Brentford 3-3-3. So if I just look at Potter's quotes right now, it's going to tell me, right, that he is going to go back to a 4 to switch it up, right? Because he's always changing things. But I went with a 3 just because I thought on the other side, we play Manchester United, right? So I looked at Manchester United's lineups, and they did a 4-3-3 the first match of the season, and they have abandoned it. They have never looked back after losing to Brighton. And they've been a 4-2-3-1, right? Fred and Casemiro holding, Bruno Fernandes in the number 10, Jadon Sancho and Antony the wingers, Rashford or whoever up top. So I was like, okay, if they're going to do a 4-2-3-1, I think Potter's going to stick with the 3 in the back to help counteract them. You also got to take into injury perspectives. With Reece James being out, do you want Aspie at right back or right wing back? I want him at right wing back. You can have Trevoh in behind him. That way he's giving him some cover and pace. I don't want Ruben in the back because Ruben is far too good in the middle. He's a mismatch there. So those are the things I was taking into account when I was trying to build my lineup here. So that's where I felt like I would rather have, from a personnel standpoint, Aspie at right wing back versus Ruben at right back, especially because I don't want Jorginho Kovacic in the middle. You got Trevor in to support him because they're going to have pacey players in their attack. So, okay, great. We can deal with them. Thiago Silva obviously comes back in, like de facto, and he's best at center back in a 3. Koulibaly's played well. Keep him at left center back. And then Chilwell, who was completely rested midweek, comes in and plays at left wing back, which, again, I think is his best position because he can be extremely attacking. From there, this isn't my ideal midfield. I just think it's what he's going to go with. Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek, they're going to have to take on Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Fred. And I think Casemiro, he's going to hang this a little bit. He's old, not very mobile. So you really have Fred and Bruno to take care of. This is what I think he's going to go with, right? I mean, maybe Kovacic, right? Like, I don't think he's going to start Connor again because he came off with an illness, even though they just declared fit. I think that Ruben gives you a lot of height, for defensive situations. He also gives you height for offensive situations. And then lastly, but certainly not least, he drives the ball forward. He's an engine with the ball. And when you have Sterling, Aubameyang, and Mount in front of you, Mount can tuck in and help cover Casemiro or whoever's the holding mid for them, right? He can kind of come in there and create an overload with a 3 in attack. This could be a 3-4-3, could be a 3-4-2-1. It could even be a 3-4-1-2. Oh, here we go. It's announced. Lineup, 4 changes. Give me the lineup. Come on, Chelsea. What are we doing here? Give me the lineup card. All right, this is dumb. Are they only going to have it in the app? They haven't posted it yet? We'll go back to theirs. All right, I'm going to hold on Manchester United's lineup card, and I'm just going to read it. This is so dumb they put it on the app first. For fuck's sake, put it out. All right, you got Kepa in goal. I should go back to mine. Where am I? Kepa in goal, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Cucurella, and Azpilicueta. Huh? So it's a back 4? So he's got, let me go to Footbin. So let me just build this. I think it's a back 4. So you got Kepa. He said he's got Chalobah, Silva, and he's got Cucurella. He's got Azpi, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho. Oh, he's got Chilwell in there too. He's going with, this is not good in my opinion. He's doing it, but he's got Cucurella at left center back, and he's got Chilwell at left wing back. Shoot. Obviously, I nailed the midfield. Duh. Jorginho. And then what does he have? Mount, Aubameyang, and Sterling. Actually, Sterling will be on the left, let's be honest. Sterling, Abba, and Mount. So that's what the team is going to look like. I think we should all be worried about the Chilwell, Cucurella, left center back, left wing back combo. I had the prediction right. I just had no Koulibaly. Look, I mean, this is a short left side. It's fast, but it's short. What are they going with? Oh, my God. They really link their image to selling jerseys. They are the most pathetic group ever. De Gea, Martinez, Varane, Dallo, and Shaw in the back, which all makes sense. Casemiro, no Fred. So Casemiro's holding. And then you've got Fernandes, Eriksen, Antony, Sancho, and Rashford. That's very attacking from them. So for them, what are we saying? So it's definitely a 4. I mean, it's a 4-1-4-1, right? Dallo, I'm gonna give him the shittier version. Varane, Leandro Martinez. There's going to be a million Martinez. Am I wrong? Oh, here he is. I'm just blind. Luke Shaw. And then you're going to have Casemiro. You're going to have Bruno. You're going to have Eriksen. You're going to have Sancho. Oh, I guess Anthony usually plays over there. Anthony. And then you're going to have, what's his name again? I just had it, Sancho. I was doing so well at typing in front of you guys, and now I've just completely botched it. And not Martial, Rashford. Oh, yeah, De Gea. So this is how I think they're going to line up, right? So this is way more attacking than I expected. The fact that they're going to go with a 4-1-4-1, you could call it an inverted 4-3-3. Is that what it looks like? Kind of, right? Casemiro here, Fernandes. CDM, a couple center mids. Obviously, Rashford switch. Look, Bruno and Eriksen aren't going to defend. That's great for us, right? I think this plays into our hand nicely. Casemiro is going to have to defend, essentially Sterling, Mount, and Ruben. I think that's the triumvirate that he's going to have to deal with in the midfield. And if you have those players, I don't think that they can deal with it. Like, we're on the front foot. This is crazy to me that that's what Manchester United are going for. Crazy. Look, on the bench, you got Mendy, Carney, Chukwuemeka, Connor, Kovacic, Zakaria making the bench. Kai Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, and Broya. Does anyone miss out? Look, I'm in. I'm up for it. Aspie will make his 333rd Premier League appearance. Look, that's wild. He goes joint third with Petr Cech on Chelsea's list in the competition. Only John Terry and Frank Lampard have played more. Good for Aspie, right? Good guy. Love to see it, but obviously, we need him to play a role. He's a squad player this season. No Koulibaly in the squad at all. I wonder what happened. What happened to Koulibaly? He's not even in the squad. So what is our depth or lack thereof? So on the bench, you've got, here, I'm just going to open this up in another tab. You have no defenders on the bench. The closest thing you have to a defender on the bench is Zakaria. I don't know about that. I hope we don't have any injuries. We have no wingbacks and no defenders. Holy crap. All of a sudden, Naz, great tweet, man. He said it. All of a sudden, Chelsea playing thin at the back. Shoot. What else do we have here? Chelsea make 4 changes. Makes sense. There's no way this is a 4-2-3-1. You going to tell me that Casemiro and Eriksen are the holding mids? Come on. Eriksen's not a holding mid. What are we talking about? That's not. If Eriksen is a holding mid, look, this is a wildly offensive lineup from them, and they should accept that. Come on, Dave. Step in, Dave. Combined 11. Who scored is not great. Let's just be honest. I admit we don't have a holding mid. Reece James isn't healthy, so I don't think he should be playing. So I think you have to put Dallo in. Look, I don't even. This hurts my brain. This is just stupid. I don't even want to look at that. I think my prediction here is that Chelsea are going to go on, and this is a very beatable side. This is a very beatable side. Like the fact that they're leaving themselves open with Casemiro, the only holding mid, and Eriksen and Bruno in the middle. They have terrible work rate. They have no defensive bone in their body. They're essentially playing with 5 attackers. So the counterattack is going to be on. So if we look at our team with the counterattack, Mason, Aubameyang, and Sterling are going to pick their spaces, right? We just need Jorginho and Ruben and Aspi and Chilwell to get their head up. This is going to be so important today because if if Luke Shaw goes up on the left, that's going to create space for Mount in behind. If Dalot goes up on the right, that's going to create space for Sterling in behind. And you want Sterling and Mount running at their center backs, especially if Aubameyang is going to get out wide, stretch someone. Not to say the obvious, but the midfield is going to be key. They need to get the ball forward as fast as possible today. Get at United, hit them in the counterattack, because what they're going to do is they're going to try to play slow possession in the build-up. They're going to want to get Eriksen forward. They're going to get Fernandes forward. They're going to use their outside backs to maintain possession around those midfielders so they can look for Anthony cutting in, Sancho cutting in, and then I think Rashford's really going to look to run channels, right? He's not a target striker. So if Rashford goes out to the left, Sancho's going to cut in. That's where we need Jorginho and Ruben ready to step in, right? Thiago Silva, can he read the play and grab some interceptions? But the counterattack on this United team has to be there. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a 4-2-3-1. And if it is, that would be hilarious. So let's look at it if we were to flip it to a 4-2-3-1. Nope, I don't want that 4-2-3-1. I want this 4-2-3-1. He goes, nope, out there. Sancho goes out there. You're going to tell me that Christian Eriksen and Casemiro are your holding mids, and you've got Bruno, Anthony, Rashford all hanging up top. Yes, please. Bring that to the table. Would love to see it. Would love to see this United team. It doesn't make me uncomfortable going into this match. De Gea's in terrible form. Their center backs are playing well, but they're playing well comparatively. That Harry Maguire, like it took Twitter to figure that out before Ten Hag could. That's crazy. Look, Dalot's had a good season. Luke Shaw is continuing good form. But you're putting a lot on Anthony. You're putting a lot on Sancho. I'm still not sure. Rashford, he tends to enjoy playing Chelsea, which is super frustrating. But, he's rehabilitating his career. It's not like he's in great form. This is going up against this. Like, we're going to find the gaps way easier than they are. Our wingbacks, again, are going to be the exploitation that we need going in against this team. I just think that Mount, Aubameyang, and Sterling are going to have themselves a day. As long as, I think, in being full transparency, Chilwell is going to be a much stronger side to go down than Aspi. I think that that's just the honest way that we look at this. You've got the Ronaldo nonsense. Again, I don't think Ronaldo is affecting this team because they don't care. They don't need him to win. They've won without him. Like, what does Ronaldo bring them? He brings them some Europa League wins. I mean, he's not bringing a lot to the table right now. I'm happy he's not involved. It just makes our life easier, but my only concern is we don't have a defender on the bench. That's my only concern, is that no defender on the bench. If we pick up an injury, or, not even an injury, think about how poor Chilwell and Cucurella did last time out, and you had to make a sub right away at halftime to change it. We don't have that. We don't have that ability anymore. Bunch of just boring ass tweets and publications. Like, give me the latest. Give me the fire. Give me the spice. Pulisic on the bench. Thank you. I said I wanted the spice. I'm getting it. All right, I'm getting out of the spice before we get in trouble here. Let's look at some of the other results again. Want to see where they're at. Everton had doubled the lead on Crystal Palace. Let's see who the goal scorers are. Anthony Gordon does not help my fantasy team. Man City continuing to smash. KDB getting the third goal. Would like to point out Ederson, another goalkeeper than assist. We had Alisson getting assist against City, and now Ederson getting an assist to Erling Haaland against Brighton. So that's good. Leandro Trossard. None of this helps my fantasy team, by the way. So, and then obviously the early match, right? Nottingham Forest beating Liverpool. That is correct. They were at Forest ground. Okay. So 1-0. Man of the match, Dean Henderson. Credit to him. Pretty bad if you're Liverpool. After having that big win, as they said it was, right? They have not capitalized on their momentum whatsoever. Beat West Ham, right? Beat City a week ago. Haven't really done a whole lot since. Remember, not only do we have the men's team playing today, but the academy played. The academy played earlier today. That result is done. Absolutely smashed up Blackburn Rovers, which you love to see, especially because we're around them in the table. But 3-0 comprehensive win. Omari Hutchinson in fine form. By the way, getting 2 goals in the 90th plus minute. Bit shithousery, but you love to see it from them. Lewis Hall continuing to play quite well as well. So anyways, we just did an academy update with Phil at Chelsea Youth, who broke everything down, talking about this one and whatnot. So again, the team doing well. We had the women's team, right? They just played in Paris, beating PSG on the road 1-0. We had a pod go out earlier today from Jesse and the team on Blue Royalty. So again, if you want to watch a team win consistently, go check out the Chelsea women. Huge road win in the Women's Champions League, 1-0. They're going to be playing tomorrow away at Brighton. So a lot of fixtures for them as well. They had to play Thursday. Now they're playing Sunday. So a lot going on in the world of Chelsea, which we love to see. Again, table-wise, United in 5th on 19 points. We're in 4th on 20 points. As much as I would love to say this is a must-win game, it's really a must-not-lose game. At this point, we can't allow United to jump us in the table. We have to hold our ground. Again, if we win, we go level with Tottenham on 23 points here. They still have a better goal difference than us by 5. So unless we beat United 6-0 today, we will remain in 4th. But again, putting pressure on Spurs as they just lost against United, midweek. So that's another thing that's going well for us, is that United just played Spurs midweek. They had a much harder match than we did, albeit they won and we drew Brentford. You would say physically, mentally, a much harder match. So I would like to think that we're coming in doing a little bit of the business. This is my predicted lineup. I was only off by 1. Is that right? Hold up. Was I off by 1 again? Aspie, Chalba, Silva, Cucurella. Ladies and gentlemen, this is now the second lineup in a row that I've predicted 10 of 11 players. And there have been changes. There have been changes in all of these lineups. This is what I predicted. I had Koulibaly in, and it sounds like the only reason Koulibaly isn't playing is because he's injured or sick. There's got to be something going on. I want the quotes from Potter. Give me the quotes about why. All right. We always get quotes from Potter. I missed by 1. I almost nailed it again. I'm the gift to lineup predictions. I'm pretty proud of myself. Graham and I are locked in. Graham and I are locked in. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Let's see what else the pod is tweeting out. Grab your Graham Potter shirts. That is correct. Aw, thanks for retweet or putting out that I'm doing the business here. Obviously the lineup. Let's see what people said. Let's see what the London's Blue community said. Little worried about Cucurella at center back and Aspie at wing back. Could see us get torn apart on the break. Just hope we're clinical up top. Here's the thing, John. We don't have to worry about getting torn apart on the break. United do. We have numbers where we need it. We are locked down on that side. Again, you've got nothing but speed on the left side. If anything, you should worry about a lack of height on the left side. Speed on the right side, you don't have to worry about getting countered as much with Aspie over there because, again, Trevo is there. And that's an undefeated Trevo Chalobah to all of you out there. Love that he's got that record. I hope it never goes away. He says, fine, all things considered, worried about Chilwell and Cucurella combo, which looked disastrous. This clearly seems forced. We should all agree on that. This change is forced. I do not think this is exactly what Potter wanted to do, right? He didn't want to go with Koulibaly. I'm sorry, he didn't want to go with Cucurella. The fact that Koulibaly is not in the squad at all makes it seem like this is a last-second tweak that he's had to make. Always uncomfortable when Jorginho starts. Used to it the last 5 years. If we can score more than our potential individual errors, we should win. I mean, I suppose. Mike Murphy is not a fan, but no context. Goldfinch, Potter's obsession with Mount is discouraging. But we don't agree with that, right? Like, we all know that Mason Mount is a very encouraging player, that we are better when he's on the field. You're killing me. Your guy's going to make me go back to my stats. This is on me. This is on you. This is on you. All right? So far, the expected goals created in the team, Mason Mount is right up there. And if you go for non-penalties, right? Like, we're doing okay, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing okay. I guess I should go back here and pull the XG per 90. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We look at goals. We're doing okay. We're looking at assists. We're doing okay. Mason's up there. Let's not ruin a good thing. Who's going to attack? I would say probably Aubameyang, Sterling, and Mason Mount with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. No Pulisic is kind of laughable. I don't know what this guy's to do to get a start. I mean, Logan, all I'd say is another solid performance off the bench, and you look ahead to the fixtures, he's got opportunities coming up. Like, it's not always his fault. We look at what's coming up, right, for Pulisic. So you play United. You turn around and play on Tuesday. Pulisic should be able to play against RB Salzburg, an Austrian team, no problem. Brighton, he should be able to play against. Dinamo Zagreb, he should be able to play against. So there's definitely going to be 3 matches coming up that he would think that we need rotation and he should be able to play against. I would love it for Christian to come on late in the game, run at a tired United defense. They're going to have to make changes. They are not going to be able to run Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen 90 minutes. That is not going to happen. So what do they have off the bench compared to Christian? Probably going to take Christian. That is aggressive. Why are we not stronger in the defense? Koulibaly is completely out of the squad, so clearly something is up with him. It's not he chose Cucurella over Koulibaly. Koulibaly's out. Obviously, more questions about Pulisic. What does the national account have to say? Everyone is just saying, come on, you Blues. All right. Aspie starting, Cucurella. No. Okay, well, that's inappropriate. Again, I'm feeling good. I'm interested in what some of these predictions are going to be. People are saying they're going to win. 2-1. Havertz is useless. Cameo Pulisic, okay, I don't know. I mean, but Havertz isn't starting. Like, why do people get upset when like he did what we all wanted? Like, Kai isn't in the starting lineup. We all saw it. So he made a change. Sterling's in, Mount's in, Aubameyang's in. This is our best attack right now. I don't know what else, people want to see from Potter. I think that he absolutely nailed it. It seems like Koulibaly's a forced change. Other than that, we're good. I mean, maybe Kovacic over Jorginho, but Jorginho is definitely more defensive-minded than Kova. So I'm happy that you have Ruben and Jorginho together. I think if you have to choose out of this lot of Gallagher, Kovacic, Jorginho, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek as the 4 midfield options, because really Chukwuemeka is more of an attacker. Zakaria is just not even getting minutes. I mean, if Koulibaly is healthy, Zakaria is not in. So, I mean, out of those midfielders, I would start Ruben and Jorginho. With knowing that you're going to go up against a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, whatever it may be, I would start Jorginho. He's going to sit back, let Ruben drive. You don't need Ruben driving and Kova driving, right? They're too similar. Let Jorginho be tidy in possession, distribute, sit back. Let Ruben go on his runs. I mean, that's the way to do it. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Love to see the smiles. Look, I think United have made they obviously had to deal with some of their own changes, right? They had to deal with some of their own issues, but I'm not that. I think that they are in trouble if they're going to go with Eriksen and Bruno with only Casemiro holding. That's just my opinion. As long as we don't have any defensive issues, we're good. As long as we don't have any defensive issues where we have to make changes, we are good. You're not going to have to worry about it. You want the bench set for attackers, right? You want Connor to come in later in the game. Potentially Kovacic. Pulisic, Broja, Havertz. All players that can come in and change the game late. Like, I'm good with that. Look at the Premier League trying to make this into a bigger deal than it is. One of these two teams have had any success recently, and it ain't United. All right, here it is. We get the absence, the Koulibaly absence. We finally got the quote. Are they really only going to put it in the app? These guys are killing me. Over to the app. Koulibaly is missing because of an injury he picked up against Brentford. Quote, he just felt his knee at the back end of the game against Brentford, said Potter. It's not too bad, but it's too soon for him to play in this game. He said the other changes to his side are more routine due to managing the player's workload or reintegrating those who were rested against Brentford. Potter, quote, we lost Koulibaly, so we can't play him. And then we've got a couple of players returning who recovered against Brentford. Thiago couldn't play in the week. So it's a case of managing the load and managing the games and picking a team that can be competitive and hopefully win the game. The challenge for us is to make this difficult place to play for our opponent. It feels a bit strange that I've been here this long, and this is only our second Premier League game at Stamford Bridge, but I'm looking forward to the atmosphere, looking forward to the game. We'll try and be aggressive, try and stay on the front foot, and take the game to our opponents. So Koulibaly out due to injury. The other rotations were due to fitness. That is why. By the way, who doesn't like a Joe Cole wonder goal? Whoop. Fantastic. Oh, what about Demba Ba? Do you guys remember the absolute GOAT that was Demba? Again, Edwin van der Sar getting picked apart in these highlights. Feel bad for him. Not really. Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 8 Premier League home matches. Win 5, draw 3. Will the Blues make it 4 home wins in a row against Man United? United are unbeaten against Chelsea since 2017. Apparently not. Oh, it's FA Cup. No, those aren't the same. I don't see it, right? I don't see it. I think we're gonna step up. We're gonna rock up and do the business. I think that I'm leaning in again on the fact that they done messed up with Eriksen. It is an imbalanced midfield. Chelsea are gonna drive at the gaps. Anytime United get caught on the counter, they are screwed. What's going to happen is essentially Eriksen is going to jump up, right? Because he's going to be in with the attack. One of Shaw or Diogo Dalot are going to be up as well. So you're going to be left with Casemiro, Martinez, Varane, and a fullback taking on our attack. They're going to be exploitable, right? They're going to be shaking defense. They're probably going to give up a penalty. I'm still going 2-1 Chelsea. I think that's what I predict. I think I predicted 1-1 in the video yesterday, but now they get to see the lineups. I respect them enough that they can score, but we're scoring 2 goals in this game. 2 goals at a minimum. 2-1 is my prediction. And I think that's what we're going to be. I have no respect for United. Why should I? Give me a break. Give me a break. They're a used to be. They used to be a big club. They've been trying to rebuild for 10 years. Chelsea have had way more rebuilding and changes in our time than that. And you haven't heard us fall back and complain and die off. Like, give me a break. Are these scores final? Yep. Oh, Everton with a third. Frank turning it around at Everton. We thought they were guaranteed to go down. 3 goals at a decent informed Crystal Palace. That is big for them. Let's refresh this table. Everton are up to 11th now. They now jumped Palace on that. They're in 13 points. And they have a better shitty goal difference. Wow. Nottingham Forest winning has now put Leicester City in dead last. Obviously, they have to play at the weekend. A win is big for them, but they're playing Wolves, a relegation battle, 18th versus 20th. Post Steven Gerrard, Villa are down there. Leeds are down there. Southampton are down there. That's right. 2 teams that we lost to, Southampton and Leeds, down amongst relegation. Not good enough, but here we are. Top 4 need to win this one. So anyways, one last time. Manchester United squad today. Eriksen is a massive liability for them defensively. They say it's a 4-2-3-1. I disagree. I think it is much more of a 4-3-3. Where am I holding mids? There it is. I think this is far more accurate to what this team will look like. A holding mid and a couple of number 8s, maybe a 10 and an 8 between Fernandes and Eriksen. Either way, exploitable for Chelsea. Here's our squad that's going to go out and smash up United. It's a minimum 2-1 is my prediction here. I think our attackers are going to run riot. Ruben's going to be a mismatch in the midfield. And all we need is our defense to play solid. We don't need them to do anything fancy today. Koulibaly out with the injury. That's it for us. I'm out. I will be on Spaces at halftime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be on Twitter Spaces at halftime. But post-match, I will be here to celebrate in the glory of winning 3 points at home at Stamford Bridge to Manchester United. A bunch of has-beens, used to be's, a club that's really a JV team pretending they're varsity. It ain't there for them. Their problem, not ours. Anyways, up to Chelsea. We'll catch you in a couple hours.